It's like real, I ain't taking L's in Madden all year.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Ray Jarrell. So today's vid, I want to show you guys a setup that's going to be every single defense in Madden 23. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn those post notifications on. So first and foremost, my CFL for PS4 only. We're just about full. Literally only have about maybe 3 spots that's open left. So if you're interested at all, make sure you go to my website, allthingsmadden.com. You want to go to the All Things Madden tab, go to the CFL section, and it's the free one, okay? It's the free one. I've had a couple of you guys go to the paid one. Please don't sign up for the paid one because we're not doing that right now. It's hard enough getting enough people for free because you guys see how long I've been trying to promote this, and we're just now getting to the point where we're almost full. So if you're interested at all, make sure you do join that. And also, I do have ebooks on my website as well. I have about 15 different formations on there. And if you want a formation in particular, like for example, if you want a gun tight ebook, all you would need to do is go to my personal ebook section, and you can go submit a request ebook form, which just simply says the formation you want and what playbook it's found. And then I'll get that made and I will put it into your account when it's done. So that's how that works. So anyways, all that's on there on the website if you're interested in all that. So in today's video, I just wanted to take a look at the gun tight formation because I had a couple of you guys asking about the gun tight, if I could make a little mini scheme out of it. So I wanted to give you this nice setup that I like that works versus every single coverage in the game. And let's go and dive right into it. So personnel, you're going to hear me talk about it during the video. I tell you I prefer my best route runner here, you know, maybe a speedster here. So that's how I do that, because it just depends on what play you call as far as personnel. So we're not going to touch anything with personnel. Now the play that we are going to take a look at right here is going to be this slot post, and I am in the Commander's playbook for offense. Again, I'm in Washington's offensive playbook. So now this playbook is, this formation and this play is found in, I think it's the Jets playbook, and there's another one as well it's found in, but I like it best out of the Commander's playbook. So we're gonna look at slot post, and somebody may already have a setup similar to this. I don't know. I just hopped in here and I was kind of putting it together, and I like the way it flows. I like the read progression, so that's why I'm choosing this to do a video on. So what we're gonna do is come out and cover 3. Now, preferably, I would love this versus man coverage, but this works versus every single zone coverage or man coverage in the game. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take square right here and put them on the street. And also, one thing I do want to mention is this tight end route. You want to run it to where it's on the wide side of the field. So what I mean is that well, you can run it this way, or you can flip it, and you can actually have your receiver be the one that runs it. So you can interchange these just so that you know that. So if you'd rather have your receiver run this little post route, you can. You just need to flip the play. And I judge that based off of man or zone coverage, and I'll talk about that in a second. So if we're talking about just standard zone coverage, I like to take square, put him on a street. I like to take circle, put him on a slant, and then we're gonna motion snap this slant. So I'm gonna motion it outside, and then I'm gonna snap the ball as soon as he touches the number. So what we're looking for is circle, triangle, and then you want to hit X as a pretty much like a last read. Now that X route is such a great route because it's gonna climb over the top of every single zone coverage in the game. They have to zone drop for it, okay? Now if they could zone drop to stop it, okay? But that's what they have to do. They have to zone drop it. And if they start trying to zone drop with this offense, this is where this offense gets pretty deadly at, because you can actually manipulate those zones a lot well. So anyways, the reason I like motion this slant outside some, because you can have this gap if you want it. So if you have like an Aaron Rodgers or somebody who can zip the ball there, you could easily throw this motion out slant pretty much every single time in this spot if the user's not there. Now also what happens here is that we have this throw, right here to the running back that I love, because this little speed out is what I call it. These little speed out routes, or speed in routes in this case. So these little speed in routes, they're going to push back any outside zones, and that's going to allow us to dump this ball right here. So if the user does not chase this route up top, we're going to look there. Now if they zone drop or something and this guy is back here, then what we'll do is actually hit this throw right on the sideline. So you can tell why I really love this setup. We have 2 different options pretty much at every single time. So what I'm gonna do is kind of show you that slant, and I'm gonna kind of show you these other read progressions. Now these read progressions are only if they have a hook zone. So what I mean by that is, you see how we got hook curls? Now if they have vertical hooks, which can be found in cover 2, it's slightly different. I'll talk about that in a second. So this will work versus cover 3 or cover 4 drop, you know, this particular read that you're about to see me make. when we're gonna motion that slant out and hit it. So let's see, we want to touch the numbers, and what I was trying to tell you is that we can have that throw right there, and you can possession catch, and you can pick up about 8 yards just straight off of that throw right there. So really love that. Now what else I wanted to show you too is this running back route. So with this running back route, it's a delayed, pretty much speed out, and I love to hit that throw right about there versus all different coverages. Well, the hook curls, I love to hit that throw right there because you'll gain about 7-8 yards most of the time. So that's my favorite read progressions when it comes to cover 3. So next, let's take a look at cover 2. So cover 2, it's a tad bit different because we have vertical hooks that we're talking about, but it's going to be the same setup and going to be the same read pattern. So here we go right here. And with cover 2, if I have enough time in the pocket, X is going to come all the way wide open. And that's why I love that route, because it climbs over the top of every single coverage in the game. And my hair is in my face, y'all. I've been trying to talk and it's been getting in my mouth. And so, all right. All right, let's take a look at the replay, though. So now I'm fully focused. So with cover 2, it's going to be the same thing. Notice how right here with the speed out route, we could dump that. Now with the vertical hook, notice how the vertical hook plays. So this vertical hook does a great job of baiting. But if this is your user, this is perfect because the user has to decide what he wants to cover, because most of the time the user is not going to be on this side for the vertical hook. Okay, most of the time they're not. Now, if they happen to be on this side right here, they have to make a choice between this slant or this cross, and most of the time they're going to go up and cover it. So your best bet, if they get cover 2 and they're using on this side, either I like to run a tad bit different play, or you can hit this throw right here before the user comes over there and baits it. Because a lot of times it's going to be a quick throw. It's going to be like a boom boom kind of throw. But also there are better plays to destroy cover 2 in this gun type. But I'm just showing you if they call cover 2 and they happen to run this. Like if you happen to run this setup. But I just want you to know that cover 2 with vertical hooks does a pretty good job. But what I was trying to explain to you, as right there, of course I'm going to throw a pick when I show you this time. But there's that window that's there that could be open. You just have to throw it a little bit earlier. But in my personal opinion, this is not my favorite cover 2 play out of this formation, but it definitely can work because you can throw this quick too, only because of the route progression we have, because he's pushing this vertical hook back. That is the only reason that's open quick. So if you want to, you can throw this ball open quick right now. So if they're using on this side right here, and they're playing cover and they're running cover 2 on and using that side, you could just simply run this right here, and they have no choice but to give that up every single time. That's if you want to though, okay? But like I said, there's better plays to run versus cover 2. But I'm just showing you that in case you call this and it happened to play on the other side, this is what I would do. So you can have that throw right there. You could gain literally 5-6 yards every single time, and that will force the user to be on this other vertical hook on this other side. So what I'm saying is it'll force the vertical hook to be, it'll force him to use it right here. And when he uses that vertical hook at that point, then all we're gonna do here is just make a read between X, right? X and circle at that point, and then we'll be able to deliver that strike right there. So that's kind of what I'm saying. I know I said a lot just to say that, but yeah, I need to make sure you guys did understand that. Now, man coverage, you definitely can run this versus man, and there's a couple different variations I like to do versus man coverage, because this is realistically when I love to pull this play out of my pocket. So if I want to run it the original way, you still can with square on the street, circle on a slant, and motion in that slant. You definitely still can use this way. It's the same read progression. You want to look at triangle to X. That's how I like to read it. But it depends on who you have running that X route. If you have a great tight end, like a great tight end, then I love to keep that tight end on that route. But if I don't have a great tight end, there's another setup I like to do. But first and foremost, let's talk about read progression. So for me personally, if I have the tight end running this route and my tight end's not that great, I don't like to make the read, because you have to have a great tight end for this route to get open. But the read to me that I love is this route right here, which should be your best route runner, should go here. And then right here, I love to put a speedster who's going to just run away from that defender. So I like to have my best route runner here and then my speedster here, because you want to make a 1-2 read between him and this guy right here, because the tight end's normally not going to get open like we want to. Now, if they're running man coverage and you don't have a good tight end and you want to utilize this play, I suggest you flip this play. So what that's going to do is it's going to make our receiver run the little post route, and then we're going to have our tight end run this route. So a couple things I like to do here. It really just depends. Sometimes I'll take square, put him on a drag, and I'll still streak him, and I'll motion snap this drag. So I motion him out and then snap it, and it all depends on, notice how that time he's going to run away from a little bit better. And then, of course, I don't have a strong arm quarterback to make that throw to triangle, but it helps out. It gives you a better read, because this X route, right here by the tight end is designed to beat man coverage. So notice how he sticks his foot in the ground. It's not as open, but it gives you just a more of a better read. But since we have this speedster right here, what we're gonna do is motion him on the drag, because a lot of times if you motion the drag, they don't really press him. Just something that happens in Madden when you motion him and press him. When you motion him out and don't let him set, he normally does not get pressed, and so that's a drag route that's not getting pressed. So a lot of times you'll be able to throw that ball. And I love making this high-low right here, because a lot of times the user will go ahead and follow this route right here. A lot of times they are. And also, if you have a great route running back, you actually can just dump this ball out there to him. You know, it just depends. But I love this because, like I said, we have our speedster right here who's going to be running this route. And you can tell we have all this room to throw this ball out here. So if they're playing any style of man coverage, this play is perfect. So if they're playing something that looks like this, something that looks like this, you know, even if they're doing something like, you know, something like this where they're changing the depths of their man coverage, no matter what, I still love this play. And the only reason why is simply because of the routes that we have on the field. So again, I'm gonna show you one more time, then that's gonna wrap it up for this video. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick setup, and I wanted to show you versus every single coverage. Now I know you, in that way I wanted to show you so you only have to watch the video once, okay? So I'm gonna flip the play because I prefer you to run it this way. Now, what you also can do, well, we're gonna keep the same thing. We're gonna keep it the same. So we'll go ahead and do it this way right here, and you can change up how you do it if we're talking about man coverage. Another thing I do like to do is take circle, put him on a zig, and I'll run it this way, and then I'll actually mess with the users and I'll actually motion him out. Now I'll just motion him out just to keep it different for our user. But with this setup, I'm really looking between circle first, and then I'm looking at triangle, and I'm seeing where the user goes between X and triangle, if that makes sense. So I will peep circle, basically, okay, can I throw that? Maybe. And then triangle, you want to go ahead and throw that out to the sideline. And if you get a chance, what you want to do is drift in the pocket. But after I break this down, that's going to wrap it up for this video. But anyways, when I call this setup, I'm just looking to see if I have a great matchup out here, and if I could throw my zig, I'll throw it. And if not, then what I like to do is read between this route right here, maybe the running back, depending on, you know, who's guarding them. But mainly, I like to read between this route, and then I like to look at this route last. Now, if you want to throw this route here, you need to drift out in the pocket this way. Now, I didn't just because, but you realistically want to drift out a little bit more, and you want to aim this ball about right there to where he can actually go and, you know, get right up underneath that deep half safety. So, again, just wanted to show you that. But, man, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I do hope you guys have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.